name is Apollo Robbins, and I was a consultant on the movie Focus. I have an assorted background that comes from a combination of an interest in deception, how it is used in con games and different types of crimes.
You get their focus. You can take whatever you want.
As we researched the con world,
his name kept coming up because he's just an extraordinary magician and con artist.
I met Glenn and John quite a bit before we began pre-production for this film, and they kind of dove into my life, and they were both students of human nature themselves, and I think all three of us had that in common. So they had such an instinct for this world already, that I think that this is their first opportunity to really jump in and fully embrace the heist con.
I remember when I first read the script, I started doing a bit of research online, and the first person I came across was Apollo Robbins, who is arguably the world's best pickpocket.
It's interesting when you spend time with people in this culture because they have kind of a language on their own. It's almost like you want to have subtitles underneath it.
Tommy's the shade, Garrett's the stick. Want a wire?
I want a camera.
All eyes on me until I make the mark.
The Toledo panic button.
I'm sorry, what?
And in any type of diversion theft team, or as we'd say a pickpocket team, there are different roles, just like if you're playing football. And each one of them has a specific responsibility inside of a play like this. So the wire is like the quarterback. His job is to actually pull off the touch, to remove the item. He's the most valuable player. Because if he gets caught, the whole team goes down and there's not much they can do. So in a lot of these plays, you'll see the move of Margo's character moving into playing the wire and actually being the one who does the pulls, which is a big jump in a wire mop team.
I got to work with him and he trained me, and it was just an incredible experience, and it added another dimension to the character because so much of pickpocketing is all about distraction, and it's all about manipulating people physically, you know, kind of blindsiding certain spots so that you can steal from different areas and things like that.
She uses the action of the menu to cover his view as she begins to extract. She spins, removes the whole wallet out, and then she passes the wallet to her purse as she hands him back the menu. Kind of a neat steal. For a lot of Margo's scenes, they're more physically demanding as far as the stealing goes for this sleight of hand dexterity. Hey Margo, here's a little tutorial on how to do the watch piece. Ava, can you come in? Now, the important thing is that you lead with the right hand to his shoulder, and you're grabbing his wrist with your left hand, and you pull his arm up. That allows you to expand the watch, so it'll be the magnetic expanding there. So that way when the watch comes off, it'll come straight off that way. Margo picked this up incredibly fast. She was sitting in the studio as I was trying to pick out marks for different heights for her body that she could steal from, and she really was able to get the idea of the momentum. I think because she also has a ballet background, she was able to grab the idea of the movements and the structure. We had very intricately rehearsed a lot of these pieces with Margo, and then when we went down to the French Quarter and we're on the street, because of the lighting dynamic, they needed to shift some of the scenes to the other side of the street.
The light moved, so can you do that from the other side? I'm like, can I steal that watch with my left hand now? Okay, sure, or can I throw the wallet backwards now? Okay.
Which means she was have to do the steals left-handed or right-handed and flip them completely mirrored backwards, and she hadn't rehearsed for that. So within a very short window of time, she was able to recalibrate and pull off those scenes.
Ponytail's your mark, right bridge, right rear pocket.
The steer has to identify a mark. He sees where they put their wallet, he sees who has cash, exactly where it is.
All eyes on me until I make the mark, and once I fan him, I tug my lapel.
He lets the wire know that, then the wire picks up the play from there. The way he does it's kind of interesting because usually there will be a cue or some kind of subtle code that he does to indicate which play they should do.
2 fingers means it's a prat poke. 3 fingers means the leather's an insider. If it's a Cordine or an ox tongue, I'll scratch my nose unless I use my thumb, which means that I am actually scratching my nose. You two come with me.
The stick is the helper. They're the assistants. They're the roles that you'll see myself and Ava jump in as little spots that help facilitate the play.
And in that role as a stick, we're kind of setting the frame to make her be able to steal, to position somebody, turn someone so their pocket's correct.
That was nice.
I got this.
What?
Give me some shade. Excuse me, you're so lost.
The shade is counter surveillance. They cover the action. So their job is to watch for any type of cops or hidden cameras or security cameras, and they block the action so that it's not seen by anybody else using different types of plays. But you'll see that throughout this piece, whether they use a map to cover the action.
Congratulations, you're a criminal.
Can I get in on this?
Liuan Say, legendary gambler. He bets on everything, anything, huge cash bets all the time.
The mark is the target. It's the sucker of a con.
There's this big scene with this Chinese businessman and how he's conned into playing this game, and I'm kind of like the decoy, and it's really funny. It's a great scene.
No fucking way! That is unbelievable! How did you do that? Oh, we have got to go to Vegas right now.
The way you find a mark has to do with a combination of where their attention is, but also their psychology. How aware are they of their environment? And you take advantage of that. So there's little nicknames for different types of marks.
A candy bar is a friend of mine's term. He was a thief, and he said, "We make a nice candy bar. It's like a sweet mark that's easy to hit." Yeah, pigeons are another term.
But also, pappy is an interesting phrase, meaning that so this window of time, and when somebody's older and more vulnerable, but not they'll get the triple charge, is called a pappy.
I don't like this, and I don't like him.
Why?
He's a con man, sir.
That's the point.
Sometimes marks don't believe that they can be taken advantage of as a con, and that's what makes them perfect, but then they make a perfect sucker.
I can convince anyone of anything.
Yeah, you're the best.
The canon is the culmination of all the different roles. If you've learned to play all those roles, you can sometimes take all those skills together and play by yourself. It's kind of a lone wolf. You don't need the rest of the team anymore because you can use your environment and you can improvise. That's a scary thing in this film is when you see Margo taking that step to move out on her own, saying, I don't need you guys anymore. I can do this on my own.
He was trying to steal his watch. Yes.
You're not still doing watch.
It's a Piaget Imperador. It's worth 200 grand.
Will was very focused on the psychology. He's someone who, as an individual, is focused on making people happy, and he has amazing talent that anywhere he goes, whether it's on set or as an individual, he lights people up. And it was an interesting transition to show him a world of, there's a little bit more puppet master, a little bit more Machiavelli of the darkness associated and what that darkness would be like. How do you prey on someone's needs and then learn to pull those out? And he was very interested in that kind of psychology.
Double or nothing, 10,000.
10,000, they make the kick. You gotta pay. That's such a powerful thing when a con man understands what you're perceiving, understands how you want to see things to bring the con to life.
So the term WizMob came from a combination of what was happening in different major events. The NFL, the Indianapolis 500, they were getting hit by these teams that were rather unusual in how they would steal things. They would come into a town a couple of weeks in advance, and they'd hit the hotels, they'd hit the lobbies, they would hit outside the game. And they were a combination of cannons. And what made that hard for law enforcement is normally a pickpocket team kind of looks like a school of fish moving in a crowd, but with cannons, they could split up, hit individually, or come together in pairs. So that's the combination of what a WizMob team is all these cannons working together. In the hotel, you'll see them stealing different types of purses and luggage. And the inspiration for that came from something that used to be used a lot for shoplifters. They're called booster bags. And this would be a type of bag that would eat another type of bag. It could go over it and literally consume it. And we tried some playful ways of doing that, using a diaper bag to boost a little lady's clutch, using a larger luggage piece to open up the side and eat another one. Now, while some of those might be exaggerations of what are in the real world, in the real world, the actual pieces are very functional. They're used a lot by shoplifters or people to steal luggage.
What's great about Apollo is Apollo's concept around the art of distraction. So once you've created the distraction,
and if you think for 1 second I'm gonna let your mother talk to me like that,
Why are you yelling at me?
there's an artistry to the character that was magnificent to play.
He doesn't just teach you the technical way of pickpocketing, he teaches you the psychological method behind it as well, which was fascinating.
You never drop the con. Die with the lie. Nikki and the film, there was an idea that from the beginning was one of the most powerful ideas for me, and it was the concept that nothing can stand on a lie. No matter how good your lie is, no matter how well thought out it is, no matter how many people you get to lie with you, everything collapses from a lie.
What the movie is sort of a character study. Somebody said to me once, it's not a con artist movie, it's a movie about a con artist.
We thought it'd be really cool if the Will Smith we all know, this happy, affable, charming guy who can draw anybody in, and can charm anyone, what if that was all an act? And he, behind the scenes, was just this really cool, calculating guy. And that was kind of our way in with Will.
There are boost teams at all the major hotels. They hit quick and get out before anybody ever knows what happened.
And if you think for 1 second I'm gonna let your mother talk to me like that, you are crazy. I'm a grown-ass man.
Why are you yelling at me?
Will Smith's performance in this movie, I just think is brilliant. He can be funny just, walking across the room. That's who he is. And he brings a lot of humor to this role. But he has tremendous depth and pain and complexity in this character.
There's a key card in there. I got you another place. I think you'll like it.
Wow, thanks. Do you know how I can get a cab there?
I can give you a ride.
You can do one scene that's making you cry. It's that emotive. And then the very next take, you're in hysterics.
Who's the girl? Her name is Jess, Farhad. She's our intern.
You hitting that?
No, Farhad, I'm not hitting that.
Hi, I'm right here.
I totally hit that.
He can just flip so quickly. It's incredible.
How aware are you of what is happening in the moment?
We think that we're attending to everything, and we have the illusion of multitasking. And that's what allows Will's character and myself to do what we're doing, is to take advantage of somebody who's overconfident. They can pay attention to all these things at the same time.
We have limited attention units. If you can draw enough of a person's attention, no matter how in front of people something is, when they get to the limit of their attention units, you can do things right in front of their face.
Do I have your attention?
Yes.
These type of thieves rarely work alone. May I see some ID, please?
Why? You're not suggesting that I'm
not suggesting anything. I asked to see some ID.
He's getting inside the head of that gentleman in the jewelry store and keeping him on the defensive, rather than him being on the offensive and questioning, who are you? Can I see your credentials? It's a loop cycle. Observe, orient, decide, and act. When I observe your action, I orient to it, I decide what I'm going to do, and then I act. Then it comes back to you, you do the same. And if I can get inside your loop cycle, I can make you only observe and act, and you stop doing the decision process, which puts me at the advantage.
I think the bigger, broader definition of a con man is the use of your perceptions.
Take those binoculars, pick any player on or off the field, and I will guess the number.
Any player. That's like 100 to 1.
It's good odds for you. 2 million.
When a con man understands what you're perceiving, understands what you're seeing, understands how you want to see things as opposed to how things really are, that's such a powerful thing.
All right, I'm gonna make the water and the bourbon switch glasses without pouring it into anything, including my mouth. What?
That loco, no way.
Show me mine. Money on the wood, make the bet go good.
Will is a guy who makes everybody happy, and he's a master at doing that. And I told him, say the same thing, You make people happy, you can make them sad. If you can do both, that's really how you can con them or influence them or guide them.
Nobody is good or bad. We're all wearing a mask and we're all trying to put over a con. And some of us are just better than others.
I spent some time with Will, about 4 or 5 days in Las Vegas. He came and because of his role in this, he first wanted to wrap his head around the world of con men and how they think and how they process and influence.
There's the skill of a piano player where you actually have to learn how to move your fingers. You actually have to learn how to play. You have to learn how to do it. But then beyond that point, it's the art of distraction. So as actors, it's always great to get a chance to get in and learn those types of skills.
I touch you here, I steal from here. I tap you here, I steal from here. I step to here. You're not gonna slap my face, are you?
Why?
If you knew where my hand was, you'd want to.
Once you've created the distraction, there's an artistry to the lift that was magnificent to play.
Learning all the pickpocketing stuff for this role was one of the best things about this role because it was fascinating. It was so much fun. I remember when I first read the script, I started doing a bit of research online, and the first person I came across was Apollo Robbins, who is arguably the world's best pickpocket. I remember thinking, oh, wouldn't it be great that, you know, if the film could just sit down with him for a meeting or something. You know, it turns out, of course, they had him on board to choreograph the entire film, really, so that worked out perfectly, and I got to work with him and he trained me, and it was just an incredible experience.
Maybe you could teach me in your room.
That is so bad.
Is it?
Does it feel sexy on your face?
A little.
It does. Okay, let's go.
Margo's one of the fastest learners I've seen.
She had so much confidence. Nothing scares her. Nothing intimidates her. She was like, you know what, I can do this.
We had about half a week, I would say, about 20 hours to rehearse. But she's picked up both the stealing and the sleight of hand that's required. It could have so easily been a difficult situation if somebody didn't have the aptitude, but also her tenacity. She was like a bulldog wanting to learn how. This is about, I'm not doing it right. How can I take it further? And she really took a lot of it on her own shoulders.
He doesn't just teach you the technical way of pickpocketing, he teaches you the psychological method behind it as well, which was fascinating.
This isn't about just taking someone's watch or pulling an item out of a pocket. It's how do you do the spins, the twirls, and the open aspect, but also keep it honest. There's a combination between dance, martial arts, and genuine theft mixed in with the psychology that's so popular now of the neuroscience of perception.
She was really good. We actually had to slow her down because we wanted to see some of it, and it was really hard.
One of the big things about pickpocketing is you put your hand on a wallet, for say, you put your hand on it like this, and then you hold your hand completely still, and you turn the person. So as they move, the wallet slips out. And they generate the pickpocket. It's not like you going in and grabbing, because they can sense that, they can feel it. But when they're moving their body, their senses are elsewhere, so it's easy to pull a wallet. It's very subtle.
Is incredible. Oh, do you think that maybe I could?
No. Sell everything. Take no chances.
Well, maybe it could be in advance.
In advance. Don't you think you're getting a little ahead of yourself?
Yeah, well, that's why they call it an advance.
French Quarter scene was a really difficult day. If you've ever been to the French Quarter in New Orleans, it's cobblestones. Like, it's just a broken ankle waiting to happen. I trip on thin air in flat shoes. Like, they like bubble wrap camera equipment when I walk onto set because I will run into anything. And on top of all that, I had to be, you know, kind of like maneuvering my way through hundreds of extras and pickpocketing at the same time for the camera angles. And no matter how much we'd choreographed things, it all changed on the day when it was like, oh, well, the light moved. So can you do that from the other side? It was really, really hard. I got this.
What?
Give me some shade. pickpocketing is all about distraction and it's all about manipulating people physically and emotionally to trick them, which directly relates to the storyline, and it's kind of what the characters are doing to each other. So it was really interesting to learn. I was quite pleased with myself because I felt like a pro.
I took you off the street. Away from your junkie mother, away from your deadbeat father. I took you in, I cared for you. Tylenol for a fever, not aspirin. Reyes syndrome. Remember, you son of a bitch? I taught you everything. Taught you my trade, I taught you my passion. 3 generations of skills. In spite of all my earnest efforts, in spite of all my hard work, you turned into a good person. Well, I just... Go figure. And I left you on the street for a good goddamn reason.
Street because I was soft.
Oh, that just shows what you know, you dumb son of a bitch. Shut the fuck up, I'm tired of talking to you. We had a good thing going. We ran everything. The holy roller scam, the puppy, pig in the poke, everything. And then one day, like 7 years in, we're running this poker deal in Boston, and a guy pulled a gun. Fucking gun. Glock. First time I've ever seen one. And I'm paralyzed. And all I could think about was the kid. Will he be safe? Can I protect him? Yada, yada, yada. Well, that's all I needed to know. I walked and I never looked back. It's not because you're soft. 8 years I tried to change you. 8 fucking years. And all that time you were changing me, you little shit. Love will get you killed in this racket. No place for that shit here. No happiness with that.
That's supposed to be your backwards way of saying you love.
Not on your fucking life. It's just that this business is about the money. It's all about the money. If you can't get into that, then you might as well just move to the land of the regular people, where trust isn't a tool to get you rich or get you laid. It's all you got. You know how they say there's honor among thieves. Thing is, you're no thief, Mel. So I'm taking the money.
Well, that explains a lot.
That's Dad. No.
Yeah.
No.
See you Christmas.
Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make the water and the bourbon change glasses without pouring them into anything, including my mouth.
Loco, no way.
You see it for 50 each.
Okay, for 50?
Come on, money on the wood, make the bet go good.
Do it. I'm in. Okay. How did you do that? Fucking science, huh?
Who was the cop with the wandering hands?
Oh, he was real. He just stumbled in.
Who hits on a grieving widow?
I guess that's just how fantastic you look in that dress.
What's a girl to do?
I can think of a couple things she could do.
Yeah, me too, actually.
I think we should start with oral. Just saying. Come on, man, I'm right here.
Get more disgusted as it goes along.
Okay.
Let's take it from the top one more time.
I actually stole these handcuffs.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, do I get to be the bed? Come on! Did someone say threesome? Come on! Get a hose, I'm right here. I'm a little wet. I mean, nervous.
Yeah.
Hey, you gonna mount her on my man tits? I'm right here.
All right, sorry.
Respect for the dead, come on. I got one request. Don't pull out. Group spooning? I only got one rule. No lube. Cool?
That's nasty for her.
What was that last one?
The last one even he thought was too much.
I'm sorry, say again?
The fuck are you looking at?
Nothing.
What the fuck are you looking at, Mark?
Nothing. Just repeat what you said.
Oh. We'll go Euro again, mate. Gordy! Get me fucking field glasses, mate. They're on the thing. Oh, yeah, Rodrigo skank, mate. She is a beauty. I love these race skanks, mate.
She's not a race skank.
Of course she's a fucking race skank, mate. She's fucking Rodrigo's fucking skank. I hear he's got a fucking 10-inch cock on him. Now, she's a fucking good sport, nothing else, mate, I tell you. You go, girl.
No, to me, she just seems to be a pretty nice girl.
Nice girl, mate. He's got a fucking 10-inch cock on him. He's gonna fucking split her like a ripe watermelon, mate. Gordon! Gordon, you fucking peanut! Get me fucking field glasses, fuck! Jesus, look at the ass on her. He must have destroyed that ass, mate. He's torn it to shreds, the poor girl.
Can we get back to business, please?
She's a little small on top for my taste, but I mean, who cares?
One man's small is another man's perfection. It's like a breasts or a subjective opinion topic.
Maybe. Maybe if you book in a fashion show, mate. But I'm talking about slapping balls, son! Slap 'em! You with me? Slap 'em hard! Slapping fucking balls. Slapping, slapping, slapping. Here you go, baby! Fucking slap 'em, baby! Slap 'em hard! You with me? Slap 'em hard, come on! Ride 'em, babe! Come on,
do you want the thing or not?
Got the money!
Do you...
Of course I fucking want it. Gordon! Stop fucking masturbating, you fat cunt! Give me fucking field glasses! Fuck!
Ah, this one's great too.
That's sapphire. One pear cut, one cushion cut. White gold, of course. Sautoir. This is really wonderful.
What do you think?
That is perfect.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, that one's beautiful.
What's going on?
We got her, guys.
Wait.
Bring it in.
What's going on?
Get her out of here. She's been working this area for about a week. Sir, is that real?
No, this is not mine.
That is correct, because that one is. That's her scam. While she's holding one here, she has your focus. More pointedly, her breasts do. Meanwhile, she's reaching into her pocket, leaving the fake on the velvet. You go to show her another one, she deposits the actual into her bag. All she really needs is a glimmery hint of blue and white in your peripheral until she's out the door.
I cannot believe
Very
this.
rarely do these thieves work alone. May I see some ID, please?
Why? You're not suggesting
I'm not suggesting anything. I just asked to see some ID. Unless there's something you'd like to tell me. Now would be a really...
Listen, I didn't do anything. There's cameras everywhere. If you want to look for yourself.
Yes, sir. I need those surveillance drives.
Yeah.
Can someone help him with that?
Anna?
Yes, this way, please.
Sir, do I have your attention?
Yes.
Is this everything that she touched?
Yes.
Everything?
Everything.
Okay, I need you to place any item that she touched into these bags.
Okay.
Now, each bag is numbered, and it has a corresponding number on this claim form. This is going to be your record, so make sure that the numbers are correct. You're going to receive 2 copies, a blue copy and a yellow copy. The blue copy will be your primary copy. The blue copy is the only one that you'll be able to claim evidence with. You understand?
Yes.
Are the numbers correct?
Well...
So you don't understand. Sir, this is very important.
I'm sure they're fine.
I need you to sign here and here, initial here, here, and here. You should probably jot down anything that you remember while your memory is still fresh. Can you do that for me? Okay, here is my card. You do not hesitate to call me if you have any questions. We're gonna get this done as soon as possible. All right? Thank you very much for your cooperation.
Blue copy, right?
Yep. Look who's paying attention. There you go.
The policeman gave me a blank card. Isn't that funny? Did he show you a badge?
Fucker!